Hey, what's up, positive people? What's up, HCR fam? And welcome to the Be Positive Music Show right here, of course, on Holy Culture Radio, SiriusXM channel 154. I am so excited about today's show, but wherever you guys are tuning in from and however you are listening, I appreciate you kicking it with us today. And yes, I said us. Just like I did for a first quarter recap, I've invited Luke DiMarzio back to do a second quarter recap of what's been going on in CHH. So Luke DiMarzio, say what's up to the Holy Culture fam.
What's up, Holy Culture fam? Hey, B+, thanks for having me on.
Man, it's always a pleasure. Just like last time, you gave me a bunch of homework, so I'm pretty sure that this time we're going to have a ton of homework again. And just really quickly, give me like a little 30-second, 1 minute reminder of just kind of who you are and what you've done in the Christian hip hop culture over the years.
Yeah, so I'm a contributor at Rapzilla. You know, I've done everything from reviews to interviews, and then I just like to make lists. Just how my brain works, I like to keep track of, you know, a lot of different things, and so it's just fun to be able to share lists like this. Yeah. On a personal level, I live in Vegas. I'm a worship pastor out here. I've got a wife and 2 kids, and we love Vegas.
Yes, nice. It's awesome to hear that a Christian loves Vegas, because some Christians, they're fleeing California. They're afraid of the darkness, but I'm happy that you're there and shining your light and shining that bright. So very appreciative of that. So Holy Culture fam, we're gonna go ahead and dig into the month of April. So Luke, what I want you to do is just give me maybe talk through your top 5 albums or your top favorite albums of April, and then we'll kind of take it from there.
Okay. All right, so I don't really have these in any order. I'm just going to list my 5 favorite albums that were dropped in April. The first one is an EP by a couple artists out of Dallas, Texas, called Jay Woods and Microphone Boss, and the name of the EP is Double Dynasty. And this is just...
I'm in the DFW area, so I'm not really dug into the culture here yet, so maybe I should go ahead and do that.
Yeah, you should check them out. And yeah, so 2 notable tracks that were on that album, I really like AGM and Blind Hope. They just got like a good Southern sound, and I'm really excited. If they keep working together, I feel like it's going to be awesome. Jay Woods has been really consistent the last couple of years, so it's great. Nice. My second album I wanted to point you guys to is AB. He's an artist out of Kilgore, Texas. This album is called Taurus in a China Shop. And so it's kind of got like some Houston influence on it. He kind of sings a little bit. He's kind of got like a laid back flow to him. I really like his song XL, and I actually shared an article with that song on it on Rapzilla a couple weeks ago. And then he's got a song called I Got Courage, I Ain't Cowardly Dog, and I just like the name of that, so I had to share it. All right, and so my third album is an artist by the name of Tyrone Crawford, and the album is called Never Going Back. And I kind of cheated on this one. This was actually released, I think, March 31st. But, you know.
Hey, it's one day.
Yeah, it's one day. I didn't actually listen to it till April, so I think it still counts.
Yeah.
He's got a banger on there with Derek Minor called Never Going Back. It's a title track. It's awesome. But
okay,
the track
so I've never heard of him, but he got a big name artist on here.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. And then another song on there that I really liked is Broken. It's a really good song. So rounding out number 4, I've got Bizzle Lightwork 3. I could not have Bizzle on there. He's amazing. And actually, I think my favorite track on there is probably that OK track, and there's no features on that. Although that song with Brian T, On My Own, is a really good track. And I really like it when you take certain things that people say, like God is good all the time God is good, and then you make it cool. Like he did that with that song with Brian T, and that was really cool for me. So
I don't think I've heard that one. I've heard OK. I don't think I heard the Brian T one before.
Okay. And then the last one from April is Mike Teasy, The Greenhouse Project. And so he's got a song on there with Ty Lynn. He's got a song with Mission. It's just a really good like Southern like trap. He's singing a lot on it, but it's just really well. It's just solid production, all around polished, great sound.
Gotcha. Yeah, that's it's interesting. I'm a big fan of Mission. Big fan of Mission, and I know Mission went on tour with Mike Teasy, and So when Mike Teasy's album came out, I listened to, like, I remember I got to like maybe the first 3 tracks, but life got very busy in quarter 2 in my household. Never made my way back to it, but I kept seeing that Mission was on tour with him. I kept telling myself, I'm gonna go back and check out Mike Teasy. I'm gonna go back and check out Mike Teasy. I never did. And the only time I thought about him again is when he got himself into a little bit of controversy about the fan. Did you see that when the fan sent him a message about him not doing an altar call?
Yeah.
And they had a little bit of an exchange. Did you have any thoughts on that with you? I know you're a worship pastor.
Yeah, but I mean, anytime that a Christian does art, does he have to have an altar call? Like if you're a Christian painter and you have your Christian art up at a art exhibit, right?
Mm-hmm, right.
Is people going to expect you to do an altar call after that? Or like, I guess if you're a Christian painter and you bring that to a church and you're in the church, do you have to have an altar call after you do that? If you're a Christian plumber, do you have to like lay hands on people before you? Like, I don't know. Like I feel like it's okay to just love Jesus and do what you do well and just let that be that. Like the Holy Spirit's working in his music anyway. Just let that be that. Right.
Yeah.
And I'm sure that he's not opposed to doing an altar call. I don't think that's what the conversation was about.
Right.
It was the idea that like, oh man, I went to your concert. It was just a concert because there wasn't an altar call. I don't know. I'm off that. Yeah.
And what's wrong with the concert?
Right.
What's wrong with just going somewhere and just enjoying music?
Right.
Even if it's not a Christian concert. Like what's wrong with just going listening to music and like me or you, like if we got a night away from our kids, we both are husbands and fathers. And if we got like a night alone with our wife to go out and go dancing or go to a concert, like what's wrong with just enjoying? So yeah, we have that interesting relationship with we just are with it being art, or is it ministry, or can it be both, or should it be completely separate? So thought that was pretty interesting. So that's a very solid 5. You have some fresh new names, you have some staples as well. So with that being said, let's go ahead and get into our first musical set. So what I want, I didn't mention this in the beginning of the show, but this is, just like last time, this is a Luke DiMarzio takeover. So he's picking each and every song that you're going to hear today. So with that being said, I want you to pick 3 songs, just only 3. So I know you pick 5 albums, but pick 3 songs that for this next set. But let us know what that first song is you're going to play.
Yeah, the first song is going to be Jay Woods and Microphone Boss, Blind Hope.
Gotcha. So those are the group you said is from, they're Dallas natives, right? Or Dallas, they live in Dallas.
Yeah.
All right. Well, let's go ahead and get into this music. Of course, this is the Be Positive Music Show. We have a Luke DiMarzio takeover recapping the second quarter of 2003. We are right here live on SiriusXM channel 154 on Holy Culture Radio. And let's go ahead and get into it.
Gave your life for, took a chance on the cross, call that blind hope, gotta thank God, gotta praise God, got them throwing up their hands like some gang signs. I'm the one like I changed, told them I ain't never going back, told them I ain't never going back, told them I ain't never going back, wanna be locked in chains, told them I ain't never going back, told them I ain't never going back, told them I ain't never going back, never going back. I was lost but I'm found, then I'm okay. I've been up, I've been down, I've been broke, yeah. I've been high, I've been low, things I won't say. Leave inside my reply, it ain't no way.
All right, and welcome back to the show. Welcome back to the Be Positive Music Show right here on SiriusXM channel 154 and Holy Culture. I'm sitting here with Luke DiMarzio. We are walking through the second quarter of 2023 in Luke's estimation, in his opinion, his favorite albums of the quarter. So we just got done listening to his favorite, or 3 of his favorite songs from the month of April. So let's go ahead and do a quick recap of those 3 songs. The first song that we played was Blind Hope. That was by Jay Woods and Microphone Boss. I like it kind of caught me off guard. It started off like it was gonna be kind of slow, and then it just picked up the steam a little bit and got real southern real quick. So that was really dope. That was the first song. The second song was Never Going Back. That was by Tyrone Crawford, featuring one of the OGs, Derek Minor. Very, very solid track. And then song number 3 again, by somebody who's been around for a long time, one of the legends in our space, Bizzle, and the name of that song was Okay. I always like introspective Bizzle. He's very good at doing it, and yeah, he did his thing on that song. Did his thing for sure. So yeah, so that was a recap of April. Now let's go ahead and hop head first into the month of May. Give me 5 albums. Luke, give me 5.
5 albums from the month of May. The first one that I think everyone's going to remember the month of May for is Govna B's album, The Village is on Fire. I'm not sure if you've heard that. Govna B, again, he's been around for a while. If you haven't heard of him, he's at least got a song with Andy Mineo that you've heard. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But he's got a feature on there with Getz, which is like a grime artist from the UK that's like really popular. It's a dope song. You Get Me. That's a really good song. So yeah, I really enjoyed that album front to back. Like he's just really solid, man. The second album on this list from May, the artist is called Christopher Sohn Franklin, and the album is called Extricated. Now this album was a little long. I want to say there was more than 20 tracks on the album. I feel like he's been recording for a long time and he just put it all out.
Okay.
And so I will say like there was a lot of really good to it, but it does get a little like redundant because you just it's just a long album.
20 is a lot. It's a lot of songs. That's a lot of songs, especially in today's day and age.
Yeah, but he's got a feature from Monster Tarver on there. That song is crazy. I Said What I Said is a really good song. He's got a feature from a guy named Azika that I really like, and that song's called Rebellionaire. And then probably my favorite track though on there is called Pick Your Head Up, Son, and that's a strong track too. So
okay.
So third album out of the month of May is a guy named Stack Zion. The album's called Prototype Z. This one took me by surprise. I listened to it though. Like he's got some older beats that he's flowing over, but dude can rap. Like he's crazy. So I think my favorite track on there is called More Fire. It's just a solid song all around.
Okay.
Like, it goes crazy. And then my fourth album from the month of May is Too Cool Tiff's album Salt.
Yes.
I know you've heard that one. Yeah. And probably my favorite track on there is probably the song Overflow. I also like the reflective song Reflection is a Required Taste. I really like that one later in the album. Yeah. She's crazy with the bars, man. She's good.
Yeah, she's really good.
Yeah.
I had the pleasure actually interviewing her right here on the show.
Cool.
You know, I do the recap countdown where I walk through an album.
Yeah.
Well, I did one live where I was showing her my top 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and it went over really well. And she was, I don't know if you saw the snippet of her when she broke down like her Outkast bars on one of the songs, and I was just like, I thought I caught them all. I was proud of myself, and then she was just like, "No, you missed like half of them." So really dope.
Great.
So
really
that was 4, right? You got one more?
4. Got one more.
Okay.
This guy, his name is Richard Dauphin. The album's called Vanguard Talk. So I think like back in the day, like this might be wrong, but he rolls with like the Saga and Ninth Inning, and I think that Selah has done some stuff with him too. So he's just like East Coast, like he's great. He's like, it's just East Coast, just like, you know, you grew up on almost, you know. So like New York, like and Vanguard is like, you know, this album's like Vanguard is like the leader that's like taking people somewhere, you know. So. He's got a feature on there with the Saga. He's got a feature on there with the Ninth Inning, and it's a solid album. So
I haven't heard the name Ninth Inning in a while.
I know
that's a little bit of a, not a throwback, but that's just a name I haven't heard in a while.
Like 10 years at least. Yeah.
Really cool. That's a nice throwback. So that's nice. Trying to think. I had a thought. I think I lost it, and that's okay. We still got about 30 minutes left in the show. If it comes back to me, I'll go ahead and toss that up. But let's go ahead and let's get into our next musical set. So I need you to get 3 songs ready for me. But what's the first song that we're going to hear during this second quarter of the show?
Yeah, that first song is like I said, it's probably my favorite of the group. Stack Zion, More Fire. Gotcha. And that's off of his album Prototype Z. So you guys make sure you go check that out.
For my listening people listening to the show, you can't see, but for those who are watching, I have a red pen at that, and I have a notepad where I'm taking notes. So I suggest you guys do the same thing. So let's go ahead and get into this next track. Like you said, the name of the track is More Fire. It's by Stack Zion. You are listening to the Be Positive Music Show right here on Holy Culture Radio, SiriusXM channel 154, and we will be right back.
Let's build. Ready to rub Zion when the Messiah send a call I come. Ready to bust these drums, hit a rum pum pum for the champion.
Jesus Christ came around, said, pick your head up, son, the world can't take me out. And now you can't break me down, cause the world don't wear his crown. Jesus Christ came around, said, pick your head up, son, the world can't kill me.
Listen, up days, my song is his forever, never retire the game. My bar Shannon Sharp ain't got no skips, rich in the mouth of a fish when I got no chips. Look to the light for the cheese, queso blanco dip. I'm the gold at the bottom of the cargo ship. Feel like I've been in the...
All right, Holy Culture family, and welcome back to the show, the Be Positive Music Show. I'm your host, B+, and I'm sitting here with Luke DiMarzio. Say what's up to the Holy Culture fam one more time.
What's up?
All right, so we are back. We are back, and we are walking through the second quarter of 2023. So that is the month of April, or the months of April, May, and June. We are now on the month of June, and what Luke has been doing, he has been walking us through each and every month. But before we get to June, let's talk about what you just heard on the second quarter of the show, where we walk through 3 tracks from the month of May. So the first song you heard, like we said, the name of that song was More Fire. That was by Stack Zion. The next song was called Pick Your Head Up, Son. The name of that artist on that particular track was Christopher Sean Franklin. Did I say his name right?
Stone.
I knew I was going to mess it up. But that's off of his project entitled Extricated. I had to really stop because that is an SAT word. So shout out to Christopher Sean Franklin. And then the third song you heard was by Too Cool Tiff. She is no stranger to the Be Positive Music Show. You guys know I had her on about maybe a month ago now. We walked through her album Salt, but the name of the song that you heard, that you haven't heard on the show so far, the name of the song was Overflow. The name of the song was Overflow. So let's go ahead and hop into the month of June, the month we just got out of. It was a pretty busy month. So Luke, take it away. Give me 5 of your favorite albums off of or through the month of June.
Yeah, the first one I think is on everyone's mind is Heaven on Earth, their self-titled album. That was crazy the way they released that. So they put out that digital track, right? And then they started doing interviews about it and everything. And then they're like, oh yeah, we got an album dropping like next week.
It was crazy.
And then that digital song didn't even make the album. And that song's a banger.
Yeah, it really is. Like that song, like I want to see them in concert just so I can see that song perform. Because it's crazy.
Yeah.
The energy on it is amazing.
Yeah, a lot of energy, a lot of chemistry between all those artists. Really cool. Yeah. Yeah,
especially for artists to only get like sometimes 8 bars, but still be able to do a whole lot with it. It takes a lot of talent to be able to do that. So, so that's your number one. Well, not your number one, but that's the first song.
First one I named, yeah.
Yeah. So
second one,
number 2.
Second one I want to point you to is Beanies and Snapbacks, and they actually released a self-titled album as well, and it's amazing. Like, I don't think there's a bad track on the entire thing. I would point people to that song Berg Slang. I think that is a great song. Also, C4 Katona. He has a feature on there on the song Don't Look Out the Window. And man, that song is deep. It's heavy. They're talking about like abuse and like growing up in a just crazy household kind of stuff. And like, it's really good. Like,
gotcha.
And the whole thing is just like boom bap. Like, I feel like there's a lot of people just bringing back the boom bap but making it cool again. You know what I'm saying? So,
Yeah. So they're definitely doing that. But really quickly, who are the artists that make up Beanies and Snapbacks?
It's Naladeus and Soy is Real.
Okay, Naladeus. Okay, so that's the name that I can only say it after somebody else says it first. Naladeus. Okay.
It's like Amadeus, except for it's Naladeus.
Got it. I'm gonna try to remember that. But I'm probably gonna forget. So, but shout out to them. I've heard bits and pieces of it. But you're right. It is definitely bringing back that boom bap style. Let's go ahead and move on to your next selection.
Third album is Linnell Grant, I Ain't Gonna Hold You.
Yes.
She's great, man. She's so good. This is what's crazy is like, I really appreciate her art. She's a great producer. You know, she worked with Toby Nwigwe that for a long time.
Yeah.
And then it's like, okay, I'm going to go do my own thing. And it's like, okay, what's this going to be like? And it sounds a lot like she just wished that Toby was on these songs, you know?
Yeah.
But she can spit. She's versatile. She can sing. Yeah.
It almost makes you feel like how much did Toby adopt her style of rapping? Because she's crafting the beats, and he was obviously crafting the flows. But it's like, who was influencing who? Like, was Toby low key?
I know which came first.
By her?
Yeah.
That's what I feel. That's my personal opinion. I could be wrong, but that's just kind of how I feel. So, but I love the album. I love the album as well.
And that song on there, Unequivocal, is a crazy song, and Collect Call I really like. And then like it's like early in, I think it might be track 1, Answer by Fire is a really good song. And it's just like unapologetically Christian. She's like talking about stuff that happens in Christian culture. She's talking about her faith. She's talking about Jesus, you know, like it's great.
Yeah. Go ahead.
Oh, sorry. The fourth project I was going to point you guys to is an EP by Caleb Gordon and Alano Adon. It's called Road Trip. And it goes.
Wait a minute.
It's only like 5 tracks. It's crazy. Caleb Gordon, Alano Adon, Road Trip.
How did I miss this?
I don't know.
I follow both of them. Well, I follow Alano Adon maybe more. And I'm like, I mean, you can't not follow Caleb Gordon.
Right. He's everywhere.
To not follow if you want to. I missed this one. Okay.
Yeah. So they had done like those. They did like a part 2 of one of their songs they did. They've done like part 2 and 3 of a song that they did like a feature on. I can't remember the name of it now. Okay. And so I feel like this is like what is bred from that, because they're like, oh, hey, we got like 3 million hits on this one song, so now let's do an EP together. And so their song What Army is crazy. It's a banger, man. And if you like that like wavy, like but they're still flowing, like that's for you. This is it right here.
Okay.
It's great.
Okay.
And the last one from the month of June I was going to point people to is a guy called Priest. And his EP, Fortunate. And he's from Ohio. It's really
let's go.
Yeah, but it's really hard to find this guy because his name's Priest. There's like 260 different artists named Priest, right?
He's got to change his name.
If you look for Priest, Fortunate, it's really good. And the opening track on there, the wordplay is crazy. And like I said, it's just an EP. I want to say there's only like 4 or 5 songs on there. But man, just that first track, the wordplay, I just love it. Okay. That was one of those I had to keep rewinding. Wait, what did he say? Oh, how did he?
Okay.
Jumping back, like how the rhymes jump back to each other and stuff. Like, it's great.
Yeah. So. Okay. Well, I'm looking forward to checking out Priest. Let's go ahead and get a quick music selection in. Go ahead and kick us off. What are we gonna listen to the first time?
Yeah, first song we're gonna listen to is Linnell Grant, Collect Call.
Yes. Let's go ahead and get into it. I'm not going to waste any time. This is the Be Positive Music Show. I'm B+. The other voice you hear is Luke DiMarzio, and let's go ahead and get into Linnell Grant's Collect Call.
Whoever got called, he collect. Know that he want you. Know that he made you. Know that he claimed you. But you got to take it. You cannot cancel. You got to answer.
Infinite flow, priest the general stepped in the dough, mint in the know, sense finna go, imprinted souls get washed in the blood and begin to sow, seed that I never failed, inhale, exhale, and they finding out it's bringing them a harvest, cause we so alive.
Y'all can keep all the fake clout, follow for a shout out, follow for a follow, man, just tell a friend.
I talk with slang and I'ma never stop speaking it.
All right, welcome back to the show, the Be Positive Music Show. It's B+ here, hanging out with Luke DiMarzio. And you just got done listening to a few songs from the month of June, 3 songs that Luke has handpicked. So let's go ahead and recap those 3 songs. And the first song you heard was Collect Call. That was by Linnell Grant. The next song you heard was Atonement, and that was by Priest. And then the last song you heard was Berg Slang, and that was by Beanies and Snapback. Make sure you go check out that project. I'm actually looking forward to checking that one out. And we are rounding out our hour. We have about maybe 15 minutes or maybe even less than that left in the show today, so I want to do something a little bit different. I want to have a little bit of fun today. I'm all about positivity. I'm all about uplifting the CHH community. So, Luke, I have a game for you. I know that you are a big baseball fan. I tweet at you a lot when baseball things happen, so you can like break it down for me. I'm just excited because my Reds, I say my very loosely because I don't follow them that much, but my Reds are popping. We got a homie on the team right now that's tearing things up. He's hitting for cycles. He's still on home base. His name is
Ellie De La Cruz.
Yes, Ellie De La Cruz.
You forgot his name. You're getting ready to like, oh yeah, I got this homie, and you're like, oh, I forgot his name. I don't know his name.
Right, just on here capping for no reason over the airwaves. But yeah, so the Reds are doing good. Luke is a baseball fan. I'm a basketball fan, but he's a baseball fan. So I have a little bit of a game for you, Luke. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to randomly select a CHH star or rapper, and what I want you to do is to name a Major League Baseball counterpart. You can pick somebody like now, or you can pick somebody like historically. However you want to do it, it's going to be completely up to you. Does that make sense?
Yep, got it.
All right. Well, so this is what we're going to do now. For my radio listeners, this is not going to. You're not going to be able to see what I'm showing Luke, but trust me, he is in the Be Positive airwaves right now, and he's going to check out something. And are you seeing my screen?
Oh yeah, I see the screen.
All right, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to press play, and it's going to rotate through different artists. And when you say stop, I will stop. It'll land on the artist, and you tell me who their Major League Baseball counterpart is. You ready?
All right, let's go. Let's try it.
Let's go ahead and do it. I'm going to start it. You tell me when to stop.
All right. Stop.
Ooh.
Bats.
So for my radio listeners, he has stopped it on Bats. He is an up-and-coming artist. I think that he has star quality. So I'm stalling a little bit for you, Luke, but give me Bats' Major League Baseball counterpart.
Yeah, probably my first one to come to mind is probably like a Ronald Acuna. So he's the center fielder for the Braves. You know, he's up and coming, but he's still a beast, you know. And so he can hang with the best of them. And so that's what I would say about Bats.
Really cool. And I like the cup. I actually so I have some friends who are from Atlanta, so I do know that name. I do know that he get hurt late in the year last year, and it kind of derailed. Yeah, so I follow marginally. So let's go ahead and let's do this again. Let's start it over.
Stop.
He's one of my favorite follows on Twitter. I love hearing him talk about anything, and I hear he has a project coming out soon.
So I'd say when it comes to Jared, he's like a guy, for some reason people overlook him. It's like he's really good, solid. He's never put out something that sucks. He never gets lumped into like, hey, who's the CHH top 5? And
right,
I don't know why that happens. Like, I don't know there's many people as consistent as him or can just rock the mic the way he does. And so like from the get-go, he's been legit the entire time. Like, he was a Rapzilla freshman forever ago, and he's lived up to the hype. I would say he's a Bryce Harper. It's really hard to do that. It's really hard to stay consistent. As long as you're on the field, as long as you're in the booth, you're like in your element, and there's nobody that can beat you. I feel like Bryce Harper's been like that since like he got in the MLB. Jared's been like that since people started knowing who he was. Yeah.
Okay, I like that. All right, so let's keep going. I like this. I think this is working out good. Let's go ahead and you let me know when to stop.
Stop.
Jackie Hill. Jackie Hill Perry. Who you got? Who's our Major League Baseball comp?
Woo. When I think of Jackie, I think of someone who is super wise. Like she not only can like just do it on the mic, but like she knows what she's talking about. You know, she's written a few books. She's got that. Like, I don't know. I'm trying to think of someone that makes sense to me when it comes to like baseball mind and stuff. I'm trying to think of someone who I think is wise, might be a little out of the box a little bit sometimes with their craft. I have to go. I'm not going to go with a player. Can I go with a manager? I'm going to go with Joe Madden. I'm a big Cubs fan, so I had to have a Cub in there, you know?
Yeah. I know his face. He had glasses. He had Goatee or mustache?
Yeah, it just depends on the day. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, white hair,
Nice.
glasses, but yeah, it's probably not the right answer whenever I was thinking about someone who's super wise, but you're just putting me on the spot like this, so.
Yeah, it's a tough thing to do. It's a tough thing to do. So how many have you done so far?
That's 3.
That's 3. I'm actually thinking about testing you in a different way. I didn't tell you. I have another idea. I have another idea, and we'll do this, and then we'll go ahead and we'll get out of here. So,
all right,
this is what I want you to do. We're gonna stop it 3 times. So I'm gonna start it back to the beginning. For my radio listeners, I'm gonna start this over, and I'm gonna have him stop it 3 times, and then I'm gonna tell him what he has to do with those 3 people. So let me go ahead and make sure that he can see what I'm seeing. And can you see?
Yep.
All right, let's go ahead, and you're gonna stop it 3 times. So
right.
This is the first time. Let me know when to stop.
Stop.
We got Bizzle.
Bizzle.
So keep Bizzle in mind.
Stop.
What up, RG? Is the second, and then we have one more.
Stop.
Limo Blaze. This is gonna be interesting. So what I'm gonna ask you to do is link all these artists. So you have Bizzle, What Up RG, and you have Limo Blaze. So what you have to do is find a song where either Bizzle and What Up RG were on together, or find an artist in between them that links them together. This is tough. I'm really putting you on the spot.
Dude, I have to be honest. I couldn't name like more than just Gyro that Limo Blaze has done.
Okay.
And then
we'll do it together.
Oh man.
So I don't think What Up RG and Bizzle have collabed together. So we'll have to find an artist that Bizzle has collabed with, but also What Up RG has collabed with.
So Limo and RG are both Reach.
So that should be easy. So let's link them first.
You would have to think they've probably been on a song together, but I can't. Like, are we allowed to like Google?
Yeah. Light Work. Were they on Light Work? Remember that? They had that song Light Work. Where they had
I think that was before. That was before Limo was with.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
Well, let's just find what's a mutual artist that both of them have worked with. They probably both have worked with Wande. I think that's fair to say.
Maybe. And this is a tough. I love this exercise, but this is next level, bro. Next level.
We can get on Google. I'm trying to think. Well, Bizzle. I know Bizzle has worked with KB, so now we just have to link What Up RG to KB. Have they worked together?
I don't think so.
Good night. This is
KB was with Reach. KB was with Reach before RG was.
We're striking out.
I'm looking. Hold on.
This is tougher than I thought it was going to be. I thought that we would be able to link them pretty quickly. Well, if not, for our radio listeners, if you're out there and you come up with you come up with an answer for this, make sure you hit me up on Twitter. I can be found at DJ_B_plus. This is really tough. Did you come up with anything?
No.
Well, maybe we'll upload this to Twitter and the social media world, and maybe they can figure out an answer to this riddle. Because right now this is a link riddle that we can't figure out. So, and this has been fun, Luke. Thank you so much for stopping by and to get us up to speed with what we missed out on, or some of the best songs that we've heard, and best albums that we've heard in the month of June. So Luke, tell everybody where they can find you, and then we'll go ahead and we'll give everybody their day back.
Yeah, find me on Instagram or Twitter at Luke DiMarzio, LUC DiMarzio, DIMARZIO, like the guitar pickups.
Nice. Well, cool. Well, this has been a lot of fun. I guess I will see you again in 3 months. We've done this first quarter, second quarter, so we got to keep this party going all the way throughout the year. I am B+. This has been the Be Positive Music Show. I really do appreciate all you SiriusXM listeners, all you Holy Culture Radio app listeners. And until next time, peace in, confusion out, and be positive. Bye.